As we're talking today about adoption, Debbie was just telling us from San Francisco here about how she went looking for records, trying to find out about her family, her heredity, and not finding very much to begin with until she paid money to have a private investigator search for her mother, and then come to find out your mother was suffering from breast cancer, as so many people in your family had done, and that could be the piece of information that might have saved your life. You said that there was always still a spiritual connection that you had with your mother. Talk about that a bit, because you say that you both knew that that day would come when you would see her in that nursing home.
Well, that particular day, it was very strong. She had actually told the nurses that I was coming, even though I hadn't called. And the nurses were very shocked.
Mother's intuition.
I guess.
And you had a feeling as well. You said that when you sent that letter out.
When I sent the letter to the agency, which didn't help me at all, when I put the letter in the mailbox, I said, "Don't worry, Mom, I'm coming." So that was very strange to me that I said that, but now I know why.
Meanwhile, Martina, Deb's adoptive mother, loving mother, has raised her. And then all of a sudden one day she says, "I'm ready to go and find my real family." What does that do to you as an adoptive parent?
Well, Deb has always been a rather curious youngster. I don't know that I was too surprised. She's an unusual person.
But did it hurt your feelings? Did you ever fear that you would lose your daughter, that something would happen to your relationship once she found her birth family?
No, I don't believe that a woman who doesn't even know her middle name is much of a threat. Not in that sense.
So you believe in open records?
I have no problem with open records. I have another adopted child who does not search. He's older than Deb. He's not interested. But it wouldn't be necessary, I suppose. It's up to the person. But it's not a problem.
Yeah, I can tell you're a loving mother.
Thank you.
Absolutely. My next guest has a rather different story. She was also adopted, but she says that she's outraged these days by the movement to open adoption records. Carol Sandusky is from Pennsylvania, and Carol says that she wishes that she had never been contacted by her biological sister and that she had never found out the truth about her biological parents. What happened to you? How did this sister suddenly come along, and did you know that you were adopted?
I was adopted at the age of 4 years old. At the age of 22 years old, a social worker called me and said, "You have this biological family searching for you. Would you like to have a reunion?" And I had basically said, no, that I did not, because in adolescence I rebelled severely against myself. I was very self-destructive and had many issues. I had gotten married, went on to college, and this phone call came. I didn't want the contact, and I felt that was my constitutional right not to be forced into that. She released the information anyway and said, "Can I at least tell you your medical information?" I have no problem with medical information. In fact, I found that maybe to be helpful. Instead of hearing diabetes and cancer, I heard about saucepan beatings, cigarette burns, stabbings, shootings, and murders that took place in my household when I was a child. Now, this information should have been released to my adoptive parents at the time of my adoption, so they could have gotten me into counseling younger. And I think America has a lot of, we need to view some of these myths that are going on. You know, only people that can't have children adopt. This is wrong. Many people do. Adoptive parents are going to be possessive and want you to have no contact with your biological parent. My parents have said, you know, "Carol, we'll pay for that plane ticket. What do you want?" And I think today what we're talking about isn't so much open and closed. It's about a choice. And that's what's great about the United States of America. We can choose what we want to do. I don't think I should have had to go to the extent that I had to do, hire legal representation to protect myself from these family members.
No, what did you do with this lawyer? How did you, I mean, where did the lawyer play in here?
One day I went through the yellow pages and basically started flipping through, and finally I came to the T's for Totero, and a man that has a personal investment, that has 2 adopted children, that really cares about the laws and the mutual consent law and the Uniform Adoption Act, took my case. And we are trying to educate the public on what a wonderful option adoption is. It is a wonderful thing, and for some reason it's getting a really bad rap, and that's unacceptable.
I think a lot of people may hear your story and be deeply concerned that you had taken formal measures to make sure that your biological family did not find you. And that is your choice. But still, because of this whole movement, I guess, in America to open your records and find your family,
Right.
you had an agent or an official who let that rule go lax, and these folks came to your life.
And that's
what
very scary, because we're in the 90s now, and the computer technology and the internet, and everybody can find anybody. And I think that if you want to search, that's fine. And the person that you're searching for wants to be searched for, that's fine. I have a happy reunion. But the people that do not want to be involved with that should have a constitutional right to be protected and not have to be forced into that. 2 out of 3 reunions aren't the healing experience that they think they are. And I've educated myself a lot in adoption, and the facts and statistics are really frightening. I think a lot of children are suffering in America today because of miscommunication, and this could all be avoided if we just got involved with our legislation and made a difference. And that's what the point is. It's children are our future, Rolanda.
Well, I agree with you 100,000%. But I tell you, this open record argument is something that I guess it's choice to choice. It's person to person. And you're going to have enough information by the end of this show to make your own choice if this is something that you're considering. When we come back, we're also going to meet a man who says that the secrecy of adoption records may have lost him his family. His wife died 3 months ago when she was only 24 years old. What does that have to do with adoption? We'll find out right after this break.